Okay, so we've got our hands on a fascinating internal analysis. On the surface, it just looks like a simple list of website names. But trust me, this is not just any list. We're talking about a portfolio of digital assets that, with the right strategy, could become one of the biggest plays in the entire AI space. So let's ask this. What if that list was actually a treasure map? A map where X marks the spot, not for buried gold, but for a digital empire that could be worth over $100 million. Yeah, that's what we're unpacking today. It all starts with these kind of cryptic assets, like this one. At first glance, you're probably thinking, what even is that? Just a couple of characters with accents? It doesn't look like much, I know, but stick with me, because there is a huge secret hiding here in plain sight. And then you see something like this, grokteslarobots.com. Okay, now we're talking. Suddenly it feels incredibly current, right? It's tapping directly into the whole conversation around AI, robotics, and the biggest names in tech. You can start to see a picture forming. But then a name like aimama.ai pops up. And that feels different, doesn't it? It's softer, way more approachable. This makes it really clear. This is not a random collection. It's a carefully curated set of ideas. We're seeing themes of intelligence, robotics, and now, something almost maternal? All right, to really understand the massive potential here, we first have to look at the absolute crown jewels of this collection. These are the heavy hitters, the domains that provide the whole foundation for everything else. And this is where we unlock that first big mystery. Remember that weird domain, ia.com? Well, it's not what it looks like. Thanks to a clever system called punycode, web browsers actually read it as ia.com. That's right, ia.com. We are talking about one of the best possible two-letter .com domains for the entire field of artificial intelligence. Just incredible. And this slide just shows you the sheer quality of the portfolio. We're talking ia.com, ia.ai, aimama.ai, and a whole host of other ultra-premium names that plug right into the AI race. These top-tier domains alone are what investors call killer assets, and they carry most of the portfolio's baseline value. So, the big question is, what does it actually take to assemble a digital arsenal like this one? And maybe more importantly, how much would this treasure map cost to create from scratch? This table tells such a fascinating story, and it's all about timing. Just look at the column on the right. That's the likely cost to get these domains between 2023 and early 2025. Now look at the column on the left. That's what it would cost to buy them today. The difference is absolutely staggering. It shows incredible foresight in grabbing these assets just before the market completely exploded. So, the total estimated buy-in, probably somewhere between $150,000 and $350,000. You know, in the world of venture scale projects, that is an incredibly efficient use of capital to acquire foundational, totally one-of-a-kind assets. But what if you or I wanted to build this exact same portfolio right now? Well, we'd be looking at a bill of anywhere from $650,000 to almost $1.5 million. The investment has already seen a huge return on paper just by sitting on the assets. Okay, but this is where it gets really good. This is where we go from just a valuable collection to a potential $100 million idea. It's not just about owning the assets, it's about the story that ties them all together. As the source analysis puts it pretty bluntly, the creator of this portfolio is sitting on something very dangerous, in a good way. And that danger, that incredible potential, it isn't in the domains themselves, it's in the narrative that they can create. And here it is. This is the narrative, the AI Mama protocol. The idea is to use this whole collection of 52 domains to build a brand around a friendly, guardian superintelligence. Think of it like a protective layer for the internet we use today and for the emerging world of crypto. It's a powerful, comforting, and just an incredibly sticky concept in an era where, let's be honest, a lot of people fear AI. So this slide basically lays out the game plan for how that story multiplies the value. Step 1, assemble the assets. Check, that's done. Step 2, craft the narrative. That's in progress. But steps 3 and 4 are the real challenge. Getting a major, top-tier investor to buy into the vision, and then launching a real product and a real community around it. Okay, let's get to the numbers. What happens when you actually apply this narrative-driven strategy? This is where the valuation gets truly wild. As things stand right now, just selling off the domains one by one would probably net around $1 million. That's a fantastic return on an investment of less than $350K. But that is thinking small. Because once the AI Mama story is in play, the valuation scenarios change dramatically. A mild success, say a popular crypto project, puts the portfolio in the $2 to $4 million range. Moderate success, with real product teasers and partnerships, jumps that to $6 to $15 million. And the moonshot? If this becomes the next big thing in AI, we are talking $30 to $100 million, or even more. This chart just illustrates that leap perfectly. That jump from $1 million to potentially $100 million doesn't come from buying more assets. It comes from activating the story that was embedded within them all along. So let's zoom out. We've dissected the assets, the cost, and the absolutely mind-bending potential. What is the big takeaway from this entire playbook? Ultimately, this whole valuation really hinges on three key things. First, you need perfect market timing while the AI narrative is still white hot. Second, the branding, the whole aimama.ai cluster, has to become synonymous with a successful project. And most importantly, it needs a single tier 1 backer, think a major VC firm, to see the vision and write the check that turns this collection of domains into a real company. Which leaves us with one final provocative question. In our modern economy, where value can be created seemingly out of thin air, what really holds the most power? Is it the raw digital asset itself, or the compelling story you can build around it? Something to think about.